See this dead silver birch here, and it's absolutely reamed with silver birch peeling off, and we're going to try to get some off. We're just cutting it off now. If I wanted any more, I'd poke that down with a stick. But it's took me seconds now to get together enough to get a fire started. We're on our way into camp now. We're looking for tinders. We've just come across this one. There's my jacket. This is rosebay willow herb, known as the fireweed. You can collect enough of these and put a spark to this fluff and ignite. The sticks burn well and make good bedding, very insulated. If we follow the root stick down, the root is edible at this time of year. There's a little black vein in it we need to remove. But it is edible, and nothing like potato, more like parsnip to be fair. In the summertime, the young shoots can be eaten. The pith in the middle can be eaten or added to stews, which is a good carbohydrate, and it adds a little thickening agent. We've got a purple like orchid, what comes off, loads of them. Very pretty plant, but edible. You can get string, you can get fire. Still wandering around looking for tinders, and we've come across a bit of birch on the floor. Now with birch, the skin itself contains lots of oil. It'd be one of the last things to rot. This can be shredded up fine or crumbled up fine to help encourage your fire up to flame. It doesn't take long to collect either, and I'll just remove this moss. As we're wandering around, on a birch tree again, this is birch holly or razor strome. If you take these off, and they're very good for sharpening a knife. This is a bit maggot ridden, but we can scrape this and produce a fine tinder for here and now use. We'll dry the whole thing and keep it dry and cut shavings off it for fire lighting in the future. This is what prehistoric man, one of them, used to carry for that purpose. And you saw me peeling off birch bark from a silver birch. This is a fallen silver birch, probably come down in the high winds we had over Christmas. I cut this branch off just to bring it out for the camera's sake. Another method is rolling your hands over the bark and you get this very fine tinder. Put a piece of bark or a piece of paper, your shirt, anything underneath, and you can do a whole lot quite quickly and let it drop onto the floor so you can gather it after. Still on the same birch tree. If you look down it, it's some smooth, some gnarly. And what I've just done is massage the tree, looking for a nice smooth piece, which I found here. And with your knife, you can cut a nice deep, score it, get the knife into the bark, under the bark, and start working it away. Once it starts to come, it does come quite quickly. And all the way around. So we've got a nice piece of bark. Just come off the path and into the woods, and we're in this little pine plantation. And in pine you'll find these dead pine. Now we were talking about tinder today. Pine itself can be made into a tinder, dead pine. So you'll be seeing us using this later. We need in fire making, from tinder, is kindling. And it's this sort of stuff. Fine, matchstick, thin. This is actually off of birch. As I said before, contains natural oils. Gather good handfuls of this to help a fire establish. From that, we'll go on to wood like this, which is a bit more sticky and a bit more crunch. And then finally onto wood like this. And once this is established, you can start burning any size fuel. This is the pine tree we cut what we found dead. And this is how we process it. In pine, there's nodes. And they will not help you split the wood, they'll curve it off. So what we nice is nice straight batons. And it's a process of turning them in either side of the node. Like so. Give you a nice clean baton. And unless if you've got an axe with you, you can split this with an axe. But generally you've just got a field knife. Put the field knife in, and light pressure, and I've cut a baton of wood, what's quite damp and quite heavy. And we tap the back of the knife like so. With split wood, even just splitting wood for the fire will burn better. Again, split the wood. Working on a high platform like this stops you going on the floor too much. It saves your knees. Right, we've slit the platform. Pine has natural resin. By feathering it and feathering them fine enough, they'll take a spark, producing its own tinder. And as the tree is like this, the bark protects the inside. So even in the worst weather, dry tinder can be found on the inside of this tree. Some feather sticks, and to catch the flint, you need to do real fine ones. Take your time, just lightly score it. From the pine batons we did earlier on. We're going to ignite these with the spark. It takes a little bit of time until you get the spark to land on a good curl and generate enough heat. Sit over your dead. And there we go. Fire from a stick and a steel. Over bark we got earlier on. And how we prepare it is by scraping towards us. Producing this very fine tinder. So. Then I usually turn the tinder away from me, so when I land a spark, it's on the driest part possible. Ooh. Get the sparkle right in there, and there we are, flames.